It was now the 1960s, and the civil rights movement had gained great strength, and new peaceful forms of protest were explored. One tactic began in Woolworth's store in Greensboro, North Carolina, in which 4 African-American students sat at a lunch counter where they were refused service and met with the myriad of threats. The idea was a simple one: peacefully approach the whites-only lunch counter and sit silently, waiting to be served. Although a simple idea, those participating were very brave individuals, as they were met with much more than glares from fellow customers as they were refused service.
We would like to be served, please.
The idea originated with 4 strong-willed men: Joseph McNeil, Franklin McCain, Azell Blair Jr., and David Richmond. These 4 men were a close group of friends enrolled at North Carolina A&T University. The group met every night to discuss the issues of segregation, referred to as bull sessions. Meeting after meeting passed, but the group had finally suffered enough from segregation and challenged each other to take a stand. All 4 accepted the challenge, and the sit-in movement began on February 1st, 1960. Once the movement began, support grew exponentially as many joined the cause. With more people came a stronger presence, but this crowd was met with violence and derogatory remarks from those opposed to the anti-segregation movement. The violence included being hit with food, covered by ketchup and hot coffee, spit on, or even physically attacked, in which the students curled up in a ball, refusing to fight back.
What are you, stupid? You're a nigger lover? Get me! Look at me! Disrespect your mother's home. Huh?
And you? What are you doing here?
Get up! Get up, you nigger!
Where you came from?
You want some coffee?
After suffering great pain both emotionally and physically, those who were deemed demonstrators were promptly arrested by the police, only to be replaced by the next wave of students. The wave would take over where the last line of students left off, filling the vacated seats, fully knowing the force they were up against. With support growing, the sit-in movement spread significantly, spanning 55 cities and 13 states by the end of March 1960. The movement had grown so great in size that groups of anti-segregation supporters gathered outside the location of the sit-in to magnify their effect. With so many participants, restaurants began to forego segregation policies, but the sit-in movement continued to push forward. With great persistence and continued growth, the number of participants in the movement reached 70,000 by August of 1961. Over that period of time, the movement had grown significantly, branching out to read-ins at libraries, kneel-ins at segregated churches, and so on. Along with its growth, 3,000 people had been jailed for a cause that would change America forever.